Welcome back, ladies, gentlemen, and MBs, and thank you for tuning back into St. Andrew TV, a cure for your Monday blues. I'm your host, Andrew, and today we have yet another fancy gun spinning trick for everyone. This one is a little bit of boredom, a little bit of ingenuity, just a combination of all the things that we've learned here on St. Andrew TV and the things that we're trying to unlearn because they're bad habits. Now, this one is called the knuckle balancing trick, and this is something that I've thought of a couple times, but I didn't know in practice if it would work out, but it turns out it does. I've given it a try all day today, and it's a little bit easier than I thought it would be, but it is still immensely difficult. You saw it at the start of the video today, but if you follow me along, I will now show you how to conduct this trick. The first thing we do with fancy gun spinning tricks is we make sure that our gun is unloaded. Mine is, and I even checked off camera to ensure that this is going to be done as safely as possible. Do not do gun spinning tricks with loaded firearms. As the trick goes, you saw me pull the gun from my holster. Then you saw me throw it up in the air like so, and balance it on the top of my hand. Balancing it, mainly the cylinder on the knuckles on the back of my hand. Yeah, that's something that you have to do to complete this gun spin. That is probably the most difficult part, but if you don't think that is, the next part certainly will be. This is where you start to move your hand up and turn it clockwise if you know your point of view is right here, and counterclockwise if you're the person learning it. As you elevate your hand a slight bit, you turn it over and the revolver is going to spin sideways, and once you get your hand back in position, that's when you grab it. I don't expect you to grab it putting your finger in the trigger guard. I just expect you to grab it and get it in somewhat of a firing position, and you can do the spins like I did at the start of the video and then holster it. Now, you'll notice that the gun goes airborne twice in this gun spinning video. That's about as slow as it's going to be. I can go step by step, but I can't slow down gravity. So when you bring the gun out to a firing position, start by slowly turning your wrist over counterclockwise to get it to land on the back of your hand. Just like that. Try to meet the gun when it's at its apex and get your hand underneath it and almost cradle it down to where you can get, somewhat a balancing feature on the back of your hand. From here, you're going to turn your hand clockwise or counterclockwise for you guys, and you are going to lift up. And that wasn't the prettiest spin, but that's as slow as we're going to get it. The main point is having your hand out here and flipping it over. The gun's doing all sorts of things that you can't necessarily control, but you can't influence it to the best of your ability. So we're going to do it full speed. Let's remember everything that we've learned. I am not going to stop and talk. I am going to try and do it as quickly and as smoothly as humanly possible to get a really nice one for the camera to pick up, and then the slow-mo camera, so you guys can put it in 25% speed and just sit there over your bed and give this one your best go. That was perfect. That was perfect. Let's move to the side, goddammit. Oh, I played that off like I was expecting that outcome, but that was probably the best one I've had all day. That last one that you saw when I was facing the front, and I'm glad that that one's going to be in the slow motion after you see it in full speed. But let's move to the side. I will show you slowed down, then we'll speed it up, you're going to balance it on your hand like so. Turn your hand over and grab it, holster. Simple as that. That's about as slow as it's going to get, so please bear with me. Now we're going to speed it up and hopefully we get one as good as the first take on the front-facing camera. Or I guess the front-facing angle, excuse me. Oh my God. I probably shouldn't have said, oh my God, because it's going to get caught in the slow-mo, but I'm not doing that again. I apologize if this voice in the slow-mo sounds really odd, but how perfect. 3 takes. Like I did one, it was kind of jagged in the front-facing angle, and then I did it again just to make it look better, moved to the side, and did that one. I did 3 separate takes, 4 total in the video. You saw 4 takes in this video. One of them was not used. So out of the 4 that I did, 3 of them were camera worthy, and that's what I deem as a successful trick. If I can hit at 75%, we are blowing expectations out of the water. That is the knuckle balancing trick. That went way smoother than how I thought it was going to go because I've only had the camera rolling for 10 odd minutes. So what a fantastic turn of events, because the last couple, there was some trial and error. I appreciate everyone getting this far into the video. Please leave a like if you've enjoyed today's video, or leave me a comment stating what you liked, or tell me what I should do next. I have a Patreon that is linked down in the description field below, or it should be appearing at the bottom of your screen here. I do not take ads nor sponsorships on this channel, so it ensures you that everything you see is organic and homegrown, and that's how I like to keep the channel. You'll never see any external forces infiltrate this channel telling me to say one thing or do other things. It is strictly out of my brain and the collective brains of our lovely community members. So if you'd like to continue to support the content you see here on St. Andrew TV, please feel free to financially support by leaving a donation at the Patreon link. However, if your means do not allow you to do so, feel no obligation. The content on YouTube will forever remain free. Just you watching and subscribing is more than enough support for me, because this, at the end of the day, started as just a hobby. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed as of late, but for those of you who have come across this video or this channel, maybe because you like Western content, maybe you just wanted to learn a new fancy gun spinning trick. Or maybe you're thinking to yourself, Andrew wasn't his jovial self today. Well, that's because this is the conclusion of the 3rd video I filmed today. In addition to that, 4 YouTube shorts. I'm gonna level with you. I'm kind of tired. Anyway, if you think that's funny, there's more to come, but you have to think about hitting that subscribe button, because you're a daisy if you do.